Okay, this is going to be my final video in my series on managing student workflow in Google Drive. Before I get to the last topic, I wanted to include in my last video, I stated there's two great ways to share assignments or distribute assignments to students. I mentioned the one about making a document public and sending the link to that document to students, or posting it on your teacher website, or distributing it through a learning management system like Edmodo. The other one, which is also an option, one we tried as well, was creating a student resource folder in our teacher Google Drive and placing all assignments in there as we went. And the big thing with that is the initial work is sharing that folder with each individual student. If you're worried about work getting out there, or if this is just something that sounds a little better for you, it's an option, but like I said, it's a little more upfront work than just making a document public and sharing the link with students. The collection of these assignments in Google Drive, once again, is going to depend on what type of technology and system you are using in your classroom, because you have a lot of options. Two quick steps, though, before anything. I am in my student assignment, Smith 1, Unit 6 Learning Goals. And what we need to do is very simply go to the Share button. This is what the student would do, I should say. And we'll notice right away that here's the student, he is the owner, here's the teacher, and they have the ability to edit. Remember, the teacher having the ability to edit at any time in the process of working on an assignment, the teacher can access this, can go in, can help, can look at what the student's doing, offer comments and suggestions. So it allows for it allows for communication during the process of, completing the assignment. But what we want to do is copy the link up at the top. Whoops. So Control-C. And we don't need to make this public. We can keep this private because the teacher already has access to it. And what the student would do now is going to depend, once again, on the type of classroom you're in. If you're using a learning management system like Edmodo, Schoology, pretty much anything you could think of, you can create assignments, and there are places to submit links in there. So that's always an option. That's what we do because we use Edmodo. You have other options as well. Email. Students could simply place the link in an email, send it to you. That could get a little messy depending on how many students and how many assignments you're using, but you can always create filters in Gmail and do other things. The final thing, which may be appealing if you're not using a learning management system, is using a Google form. And create a simple Google form for each assignment. Have a spot for a student's name, their class period, and then a box for them to paste the link in. When they submit it, you'll get a great spreadsheet with all your students' submissions. You can sort them by hour, by name, and all the links to their assignments right there. So once again, a lot of options, and it's really all about what you want and what you are comfortable with. As I mentioned in the post about this, it's about creating a system that you're comfortable with and you think your students will be comfortable with, sticking with it and reinforcing it. The first couple times it may be a little troublesome for students, and there will be some students who never understand how to submit assignments. But for the most part, after a couple times, most students will be comfortable, and it'll be second nature for them to grab assignments and then complete them and turn them in. Thanks for taking the time to watch. If you ever have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, leave me a comment on my blog, and thanks again.